Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to demonstrate the working of a simple half-wave rectifier. For this demonstration, I am using Virtual Lab. Newly introduced VLab at VCET can be used to design and simulate various analog and digital circuits. Okay, here half-wave rectifier is considered. Before conducting any experiment, we should know the theory part of it, right? So basically, rectifier circuits are used for AC to DC conversion. Okay. So here, a simple half-wave rectifier circuit is shown. We have one AC supply, PN junction diode, and load resistor RL. So initially, when positive half cycle is applied at the input side, okay, here polarity will be positive and here down. Here it will be negative. Therefore, effectively, diode will be in the forward bias condition. If it is forward bias, then it conducts. Therefore, we will get the corresponding output voltage. Suppose this peak level of the input amplitude is Vm. Then what will be the peak level of the output amplitude? It will be Vm minus Vf. Okay. Because when diode conducts, there will be a voltage drop that is considered as Vf. Therefore, this output peak level will be Vm minus Vf. So this amplitude will be Vm minus Vf. During the next negative half cycle, what happens is this diode will be reverse biased. If diode is reverse biased, so here it is off. Therefore, output will be 0. Okay, there is no output. Output will be 0. So in this way, all the positive half cycles are passed to the output and negative half cycles are clipped or it is removed from the output. Therefore, this particular circuit can be used for AC to DC conversion. Input is AC and output is pulsating DC. It contains both AC as well as DC components at the output. Okay. Now, if you know the peak amplitude of the output voltage, if you know Vm, then we can find various parameters. See, for this DC voltage, we have equation VDC equal to Vm divided by pi. Okay, using this equation, we can find the DC voltage. Similarly, for RMS voltage, we have the equation Vrms equal to Vm divided by 2. And as I told previously, here output is pulsating. That means it contains ripple components. Okay. Therefore, ripple factor of half-wave rectifier gamma equal to, see, we have one equation, square root of Vrms divided by VDC whole square minus 1. Okay. So ripple factor gamma equal to square root of Vrms divided by VDC whole square minus 1. So if we know the peak amplitude level of the output voltage, then we can find DC voltage, RMS voltage, and ripple factor of the output. Okay. Next, we will see how to use VLab at VCET to simulate this particular circuit. Okay. For that, open Mozilla or Google Chrome browser. Okay. Select new tab, and here you type cells.vcet.puttur.ac.in/circuits, C capital, circuits, VL, capital V, capital L, slash, okay, cells.vcetputtur.ac.in/circuits VL, slash, okay. Next, press enter. See, now new web page will open. Okay, this web page opens. This is the main page. Okay, scroll down. See, here we have virtual lab. Now select full window. Okay. Okay, fine. Now we have this editor window. Now here we need to draw our half-wave rectifier circuit. Okay, so for that, select this circuits, blank circuit. Okay, now we have blank page. So here we need to place three components: AC voltage source, resistor, and one PN junction diode. Okay, to place the required components, right click. See here, so many components are available: wires, resistor. Under passive components, you have capacitors, inductors, switches, etc. Okay, so here first you place AC voltage source. Add AC voltage source. Click and drag. Okay, fine. Okay, our first component is place AC voltage source. Then press escape. Okay. Next, there is one more method of placing these components. Okay. For that, you select draw from this menu section. Select draw. Okay. And see here again, you have the same list of components. So from this also you can add the required components. Now let me add one diode. It is available under active components. Okay. Add diode. Click and drag. Fine. Press escape. So now diode is placed. One more resistor is required. Let's add resistor. Okay. Fine. Resistor is also placed. So these three components are placed. See here. Now we need to interconnect it. For that interconnection, wire is required. Add wire. Click and make this connection. Next, diode is connected to resistor. From this resistor, connected to the supply. Okay, fine. So circuit is completed. Press escape. Okay, fine. So this is the required circuit. Next, we will see how to simulate it. So before simulating this circuit, we need to set the parameters. So to set the parameter, double click on this AC voltage source. See, by default, maximum voltage is 5. So this 5 volt is the VM value, maximum amplitude level of the input voltage. Now let me take 10 volt here. Okay, 10 volt maximum voltage. By default, frequency is 40 hertz. So we use 50 hertz power supply. Okay, for our AC frequency value is 50 hertz, right? Let me take the same value here, 50. So this is the frequency of the AC voltage. Fine. Apply and OK. Fine. So now this supply parameter registered. Next, double click on the diode. Select the model. Okay, I'm using general purpose 1N4004 diode. So silicon diode. Apply. Okay. Okay. Next, let me take 1 kilo ohm resistor here. I am not changing this value. 1 kilo resistor. Now my circuit is ready. Okay. Next, simulate it. How to simulate? See here we have option for run and stop. Okay. Select this. See, simulation is started. Now I want to see the waveform in scope. So right click on this source. Select view in scope. See here. It is showing the waveform. Okay. Here both current and voltage waveforms are shown. I want to see only the voltage waveform. Therefore, right click on this, select properties and uncheck this show current. Okay. Uncheck this. Select OK. See now only voltage waveform is shown here. But it's a peak value. See here. 10 volt, correct? Let me stop it once. Okay. See, this amplitude is 10 volt. Okay. So VM of the input is 10 volt. Now let me check the output waveform. For that, again, run this. Right click on the resistor and select view in scope. Okay. See, this is my output waveform. Okay. As you can see here, all the negative half cycles are clipped. It is removed. Again, stop it once. Okay. Right click, properties, uncheck this current. Okay, fine. Okay. See, this is my input waveform with peak amplitude of plus 10 volt during positive half cycle and minus 10 volt during negative half cycle. And at the output side, across the resistor, I have 9.3 volt peak value. Negative half cycle is completely clipped, but during positive half cycle, I have 9.32 volt. Okay, that means 10 volt minus 9.3 volt. How much it is? 10 minus 9.32. So it is 0.68 volt. So there is a 0.68 volt voltage drop across the diode. So this is because of diode drop. Clear? Fine. So once this Vm value is found, now we can find the RMS voltage, DC voltage, and ripple factor value. Clear? For that, let me go back to this PPT. Okay, here I will calculate it. Okay, so Vm is 9.32. 9.32 volt. Okay, so this is from output. Now what is VDC? This VDC, this is 9.32 divided by pi. How much it is? 9.32 divided by pi. So it is 2.97 volt. Okay, output is 2.97 volt VDC. Next, what about VRMS? VRMS is 9.32 divided by 2. How much it is? 9.32 divided by 2. So it is 4.66 volt. Clear? Next, once this VDC and VRMS values are calculated, now we can find the ripple factor of half wave rectifier. So this is equal to square root of VRMS. So 4.66 divided by VDC. VDC is 2.97. So 2.97 whole square minus 1. If you simplify this, you will get gamma as 1.21. Okay. So ripple factor is 1.21. So this is the simulation of half wave rectifier. Okay. Similarly, we can design and we can simulate various analog and digital circuit using VLab at VCET. Okay. Thank you.